Welcome back to Main Recaps.
Today I'm going to explain the movie called The Call of the Wild, released in the year 2020. The premise of the movie is set in the late 19th century. A place called Yukon in northwest Canada is rumored to have heaps and heaps of gold under its landmass. Hundreds of people from around the world travel to Yukon in hopes of landing the treasure to themselves. While traveling through the snowy mountains of Yukon, most use big dogs to help them carry their luggage. The protagonist of the movie is a crossbreed between Saint Bernard and Scotch Collie named Buck. He lives in Santa Clara, California with his master Judge Miller and his family. He is a vibrant and gentle dog who is loved and spoiled by everyone in the town. His size in comparison to other dogs is what makes him famous. On the day of the judge's birthday, Buck goes to the market with the housemaid. As he chases a cycler through the streets, a man eyes him, planning to abduct and sell him for money. Back at home, several delicious cuisines are being made for the judge's birthday gathering. The cooks quickly hide all the food, knowing that Buck would destroy it all if he got a chance. Judge Miller sends him outside the house so he wouldn't ruin the lunch for them. Sometime later, the lunch table is set in the front yard and everyone in the family gathers to take a picture. To their dismay, Buck gets to the table before everyone else and ruins the meal. The judge, who has always agreed to all of Buck's wishes, gets very mad at him and leaves him outside the house at night. The stranger from the market calls Buck towards him and captures him inside a box. The man receives money from someone and sends Buck away in a horse cart. He barks and tries to call for his master in the house, but it is of no use. A while later, he is loaded into a train and is taken far away from his hometown. The box is opened the next day by a man. Buck tries to run away, but the man beats him down to the ground. Buck realizes that retaliating will only get him more hurt, so he sits down quietly. Alongside him, there are several other dogs caged. Since the cages aren't big enough for Buck, the man ties him to a pole and goes outside. Buck takes the opportunity to break the rope and free himself. He quickly runs outside, but his happiness is short-lived when he realizes he is aboard a ship. The ship stops when they reach Yukon, Canada. The place is crowded with people looking for the rumored gold. However, none have ever been able to find the treasure. Buck, who has lived in the dry lands of California his whole life, has a hard time walking in the snow. He is mesmerized when it starts to snow. He breaks the rope tied to his neck and runs around the crowded area happily. Unlike his hometown, people here get annoyed when Buck crashes into them. One of the many people who are looking for gold is an old man named John Thornton. Buck accidentally bumps into John, but unlike the others, the man doesn't scold him. Buck sees that he has dropped his harmonica and gives it back to him. John is impressed by Buck's intelligence, but before he can talk to him, Buck's owner takes him away. Following that, Buck is kept for sale alongside other dogs. He is the biggest and the heaviest one of them all. He tries to make friends, but the dogs don't seem to be interested. Then, a French-Canadian mail runner named Perrault buys Buck for a dog sled to deliver mail across the Yukon. He shows Buck to his partner Francois, who comments that he is bigger than the dog they wanted. Buck then meets the rest of the dogs from the sled. They are led by the vicious pack leader, a husky named Spitz. Perrault has never been able to deliver any mail on time, but with Buck, he hopes he can make it to the mail depot before the deadline. Although the dogs do not understand, Perrault briefs them about the 500-mile-long journey they are about to start. To pull the load, Buck is tied with a collar that he isn't fond of. Finally, the journey begins and the dogs start to run. However, unfamiliar with the snowy way, Buck struggles to move as fast as the others. He somehow gets the hang of it, but is distracted by a rabbit midway. While the sled goes forward, Buck changes his direction and falls off the cliff, taking the entire cart with him. Spitz starts to growl at him for his stupid mistake. Perrault, however, motivates Buck to go along with the pack. At the end of the day, Buck is extremely tired. They finally come to rest in the evening at a camp. Buck doesn't know how a dog sleeps in the snow and is very cold. He pushes Francois outside the tent and cozily sleeps beside his new master, but Francois chases him out again. Right then, he sees a magnificent black wolf. The wolf is his guardian angel who is about to help him throughout the trip. The following day, running gets more difficult for Buck as they reach a slippery land of ice. At night, the dogs are given one fish each for dinner. The leader Spitz threatens a dog and takes away his share. Buck simply hands his fish to the poor dog and walks away. The other dogs witness his kindness and look at him in appreciation. One day, after a long day of working, the dogs are thirsty, but Spitz doesn't let the others drink from the little puddle. Buck breaks a little bit of ice and creates a puddle for the others. They start to respect Buck more than Spitz, which makes him very angry. As time passes, Buck learns how to run in the snow. Because of him, the sled moves faster than ever. One day, they reach a frozen lake that they have to cross. Francois goes to check for the cracks in the lake, but she accidentally falls into one. Perrault runs to save her, but Buck beats him to it. He jumps into the lake and gets to Francois, but is now lost inside it. Just then, the black wolf shows him the way and he manages to get Francois to the top. Perrault loses sight of Buck and gets nervous, but he appears beside him some seconds later. He hugs Buck while Spitz watches them in jealousy. Later at night, Francois, Buck, and Perrault sit around the fire and talk. Francois tells Buck that Perrault's one wish in life is to get the letters to the mail depot in time. She adds that Perrault really believes Buck and that he is the only one who can help fulfill his dream. Spitz watches them talk from afar and lets jealousy get the best of him. Later, he challenges Buck in front of the pack and hits him brutally. Eventually, Buck passes out because of exhaustion. The pack is too scared to stand up to Spitz, but one dog barks at Buck to get up and fight. Buck hears the noise and gets up, determined to fight back. He knocks Spitz down in only a few seconds. The others celebrate Buck's win as Spitz quietly walks away from the pack. When their masters wake up the next day, they find Spitz missing. Without wasting more time, they decide to continue the journey. Buck comes in front of the pack as their new leader, but Perrault wants to make another dog lead. He tries to tie the collar around the dog's neck, but he refuses to do so. The pack has already accepted Buck as their leader, so Perrault quietly ties the collar on him. They continue the trip going faster than ever, but midway, they come across a snowstorm. Perrault asks Buck to change the direction to the left, but Buck sees his guardian on the right side and realizes they have to go right. He doesn't follow Perrault's order and saves everyone from the snow. A while later, they finally reach the mail depot on time. Perrault is beyond happy to distribute the letters to the people. In one of the cabins, John Thornton writes a letter to his wife reminiscing about his deceased son. When John hands the letter for delivery, he recognizes Buck. Perrault receives a letter and finds out that the mail route is being replaced by the telegraph, so his services are no longer needed. He reluctantly sells the dogs to a shop, leaving Buck without a master. Then, a man named Hal gets his eyes on the dogs and buys them to use to carry luggage. He ties the dogs to a sled filled with heaps of luggage and a woman. The weight is too much for the dogs to handle, but Hal doesn't want to back down. He asks his brother-in-law Charles to hit the dogs, but John stops them midway. He suggests they don't start the journey because a snowstorm is approaching in a few hours. Hal doesn't take his advice and makes the dogs drag the luggage somehow. They soon get tired and fall to the ground because of the weight, which angers Hal even more. He brings out a gun and gets ready to shoot Buck dead, but John stops him again. An enraged Hal leaves Buck with John and continues the trip with the other dogs. John takes Buck home and takes care of him. When they are at the bar in the evening, Hal attacks John, blaming him for his dogs running away. Buck saves his master and returns home with him. The next day, John tells him about his late son and his wish to travel to a place that is beyond the maps. He then invites Buck on the trip with him. They set off on a rowboat and travel for several days. Back at John's house, Hal finds the map and realizes John and Buck have gone on the search for gold. In the meantime, John and Buck abandon the boat because of damage and walk on foot. After many days, they finally reach an old cabin. At night, Buck hears the howling of wolves from the woods, but John calms him, saying that they are his ancestors. When John is bathing in the river the next day, he finds a piece of gold. He has finally discovered the treasure of Yukon that everyone is looking for. Buck sees a white wolf running towards the woods and decides to follow her. He tries to make friends with her, but she runs away, scared. The next day, he watches the pack of wolves from afar. A wolf falls into the river while trying to hunt, but is saved by Buck at the last minute. The pack finally accepts Buck as their own and welcomes him to the group. Buck starts to stay out with them playing and hunting. He has finally found his home, and John sees that too. Seeing Buck with his family, John decides to go back to his own. He explains to the dog that they will now be parting ways. Buck sadly walks away to his pack after saying his last goodbye to John. However, at night, Hal attacks John and sets fire to his cabin. He has come to kill John and take his revenge. As the two struggle, John gets shot in the stomach. Hal is about to shoot him dead when Buck finally comes to his master's aid. He grabs Hal and throws him into the burning cabin, ending him once and for all. He then sits beside a dying John and stays with him as he takes his last breath. The following day, the white wolf comes to fetch him and takes him away into the woods. As time passes, Buck has offspring with the white wolf. He leads the pack and teaches them not to give in to their fears. Buck is now his own master.
Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help channel out. Thank you for watching.